All right, so we'll go to the components of a copy. Now you understand that every copy has its own guideline, right? It has its own guideline, it has its own components. Okay, but before I even tell you any of this, let me just explain this to you, right? So Gary Huber's letters is a good place to start. Okay, Gary is arguably known to be one of the greatest copywriters of all time. You will spend some time reading his letters to get a better understanding of what makes a good copy. You will be given free bonus resources to practice with at the end of this module. In this module, you will learn basic rudiments that make up a converting copy, right? If you can't grab and keep people's attention on the internet, you cannot make any sales. You need to understand that. So for a copy to grab people's attention, these components must be followed to the letter, and we're going to start with the headline. Okay, the headline is very important. Okay, and usually I like to show people this example right here. You see, it writes, "They laughed when I sat down at the piano, but when I started to play." You see, if you read that and you're interested in learning how to play the piano, or you're in this guy's position where you're not quite confident about your skill as a piano player, when you see this, it attracts your attention. So this copy is directed at you. A lot of other people might read it and it might not interest them in any way. Yes, the writer is not expecting this copy, this headline, forgive me, to attract everybody. It's not a general thing. It's just for people who would be interested in it. Okay, so the headline goes, "They laughed when I sat down to play." When I sat down at the piano, but when I started to play. You see, that already invokes curiosity in the reader. And then you should know that your headline, like I said before, should be written in bold text, and then the front side should be between 16 to 18, and preferred sans serif text. Now, you will hear other copywriters saying things like, put your headline in quotation marks, and then put a lot of exclamation marks, and probably make the color red or blue. Those things look spammy. They look extremely spammy. You want it to be very clean, very modern, and still send your message. You don't want people to start feeling like, start feeling uncomfortable on your website or on your funnels, whatever your sales page, whatever it is you're writing. You want it to be as clean as possible. So talking about this sales letter, this sales letter, it's a famous one by John Caples in the 1920s, and it did extraordinarily well. The combination of this headline and the picture immediately draws someone's attention in. If someone was thinking about playing the piano, like I said before, this would just be one hell of an interesting ad to read. Okay, so your headline can be the beginning and the end of your advertisement. Like I also said before, you have to arrest people's attention. In the case where you have an headline that speaks directly to your audience, the rest is easier. And an example that I want to put here is, you should know the difference between gimmicks and trying to get people's attention. You want to invoke curiosity and arrest people's attention. You don't want to play gimmicks. For example, you see some annoying headlines that read maybe, okay, like just carrying rumors. It's not true, but you see things like Donald Trump wins presidential election even before running, or Donald Trump falls off stage, something like that, right? And you're like, oh, what's that? Then you want to read Donald Trump falling off the stage, and then they're telling you a whole different thing. It's annoying. You feel stupid. You feel used, and you don't want that can obviously attract attention, but you don't want people to see that there's no end point to why your headline does not resonate with the rest of your copy. It's very annoying, and you don't want that kind of thing in your copy, right? In this example, use "don't buy another." Okay, it's like a headline you can use. So the "don't buy another" headline grabs people's attention. Okay, when people say, because it's cautious of them, trying to tell them not to do something, and that psychological feeling when you tell people don't do something. Oh yeah, they want to do it. So if you say something like, warning, don't buy another toy for your kids until you read this, you imagine the kind of curiosity that will spring up. Yes, then you get people thinking, okay, why, what should I read? Why shouldn't I buy another toy for my kid? Something like that. And another example is the easy/simple, right? Now you need to understand that your prospect is lazy. Most people are lazy, right? So you don't want them to start thinking that whatever you're trying to sell to them is extremely difficult, or it involves their time or something. So you can go with the easiest way to pick up a girl at a party. And people who are interested will be like, oh yeah, there's an easy way to go about, or 5 easy ways to pick up a girl at a party and to get her number, something like that, right? So this kind of headlines work because you are trying to get people's attention to something that they love. Okay, now we'll move on to the sub headline. There are much more information on this. If you would, after watching this presentation, I have a PDF. I have an ebook that I've carefully drafted that has much more details than it is here in this presentation. So you should just take out some time to read through it. Now with the sub headline, okay, your sub headline is a text placed under a headline, often with a smaller font, right, which expands on what the headline is saying. For example, a headline could announce the launch of a new product, and a sub headline could give more specifics, more specific details to the product features. Your sub headline should carry the promise of the ad message, so it qualifies your reader to be a potential for a conversion. All right, sub headlines are equally as important as the main headline. Investing a great deal of time would help prepare your readers for what to expect in the body of your copy. Now, I usually like to tell people that your subheading matters. It matters. Okay, you want your subheading to carry a promise, to carry a directive, carry a form of you want it to carry a directive for people to do something, right? To cause an action, maybe for them to read more, or to click a button, or to purchase. It could just even be a purchase. So the example I have here says people are talking about your brand, find them and join the conversation. So it's already telling you what to do, and it wants you to do something. So that's exactly what a sub headline should do. Okay, and you should know that you should write your sub headline in either plain or semi bold text, and the font size should be between 12 to 14. So if your headline is between 16 to 18, your sub headline should be smaller than your headline. Okay, and avoid putting parentheses, exclamation marks, and except is important. But if you want to put exclamation marks, 1 is okay. Don't put 3, and don't try to put apostrophe in between the apostrophe in between the text. It just doesn't look nice. Okay, it looks really bad. And I'll give you an example. Okay, I think I already given an example of this, right? So let's move on to the next thing, right? So this right here that you're looking at is the start to finish of what every copy should carry. Every copy should look like this, right? You should understand that your copy should have the A, the I, the D, and the A. If it doesn't have all of this, it's not complete. And this is what we're going to be discussing throughout this course, explaining all of this and even much more. Okay, so your copy, like I said before, you want to grab people's attention, And when you're writing your copy, you write your sub heading, and then you go into the opening. And it's the opening you want to, there's a lot of things we discuss in the opening, and we're going to discuss that in the next video. The opening, the body, that's the body, the close, the call to action. Very, very important steps that you need to take in your copywriting journey. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.